The moon hung low in the inky sky, casting an ethereal glow upon the deserted streets. A thick mist clung to the pavement, shrouding the surroundings in an otherworldly haze. It was the kind of night where ordinary fears whispered, and the air was charged with the promise of something sinister lurking just beyond the veil of perception. My friends and I had heard whispers about an enigmatic carnival that materialized only at the witching hour. The Midnight Carnival, they called it. Legends spoke of eerie attractions, mysterious performers, and a spectral ambience that defied explanation. Intrigued by the tales, we decided to embark on an adventure that would plunge us into the heart of the supernatural. As the clock struck midnight, we found ourselves standing before an entrance that seemed to materialize out of thin air. The Midnight Carnival stood before us, its twisted spires reaching towards the sky like skeletal fingers. The entrance beckoned with an ethereal glow, and an unsettling melody wafted through the air, as if the very fabric of reality were unraveling to reveal the carnival's secrets. Cautiously, we stepped through the threshold into a world that defied reason. The carnival grounds stretched before us, a surreal landscape bathed in the dim light of twisted lampposts. The air was thick with the scent of cotton candy and popcorn, but an underlying sense of unease clung to every step we took. The attractions, though seemingly ordinary at first glance, bore a malevolent aura that set our nerves on edge. A haunted Ferris wheel creaked in the distance, its rusty spokes groaning under the weight of phantasmal riders. A ghostly carousel spun slowly, its spectral horses frozen in mid-gallop. The carnival was a twisted funhouse of the supernatural, and we were drawn to its mysterious allure like moths to an otherworldly flame. As we explored the eerie attractions, we became aware of an unsettling presence that seemed to shadow our every move. The whispers we had heard were not just tales spun in the darkness. They were warnings of a malevolent force that lurked within the carnival's twisted charm. The air crackled with an unnatural energy, and the once familiar world felt like a fevered dream. It was in the heart of the carnival, beneath the flickering lights of the carousel, that we first glimpsed the masked figure. Clad in a tattered carnival costume, the slasher moved with a sinister grace, its presence sending a chill down our spines. The mask, an expressionless visage with hollow eyes, seemed to watch our every move. Fear tightened its grip on our hearts as we realized that the Midnight Carnival harbored a deadly secret. The attractions were not mere spectacles. They were deadly games orchestrated by the masked slasher. Panic set in as we understood that survival meant outsmarting the enigmatic killer in a nightmarish dance through the carnival's haunted landscape. Our first trial came at the haunted Ferris wheel. The once slow rotations escalated into a frantic whirlwind as the slasher pursued us, its footsteps echoing the pulse of our racing hearts. We climbed into the creaking cabins, the rusted machinery groaning under the weight of the supernatural pursuit. The Ferris wheel became a deadly ascent, a race against time and the looming specter of the masked killer. As we reached the summit, the world seemed to pause. The slasher, its mask betraying no emotion, watched us from below as the cabins swayed precariously. A guttural growl reverberated through the air, and with a sudden lurch, the Ferris wheel descended into a dizzying freefall. The world blurred as we clung to the rusted bars, the slasher's laughter echoing in the wind. The descent seemed endless, a nightmare ride that toyed with the boundaries between life and death. Miraculously, the Ferris wheel ground to a shuddering halt just above the ground. The slasher, undeterred by the failed attempt, vanished into the shadows, leaving us breathless and trembling. The haunted carousel awaited us next, its spectral horses frozen mid-gallop as the slasher emerged from the darkness. The carousel started to spin, its rhythm synchronized with the masked figure's relentless pursuit. We darted between the ghostly horses, the chilling melody of a distorted carnival tune urging us to move faster. As we evaded the slasher's relentless advances, a sickening realization set in. Each attraction held a deadly game, a twisted challenge that we had to overcome to survive. The haunted Ferris wheel and carousel were just the beginning. The Midnight Carnival was a labyrinth of death, and our every step was a gamble against the forces that sought to claim us. The next trial led us to a house of mirrors, its distorting reflections adding an unsettling layer of confusion to the deadly game. The slasher moved through the maze with an uncanny awareness, its masked reflection taunting us from every angle. Each wrong turn brought us closer to the masked killer, the distorted reality amplifying the horror of our predicament. Desperation fueled our attempts to outsmart the slasher in the house of mirrors. The reflections seemed to warp and twist, creating an ever-shifting labyrinth of confusion. Just as the masked figure closed in, we stumbled upon the exit, the world outside the maze, a temporary reprieve from the relentless pursuit. The midnight hour pressed on, and the carnival's malevolent energy intensified. The distorted attractions became a nightmarish gauntlet, each deadly game pushing us to the brink of despair. We navigated a haunted maze, where phantom footsteps echoed our every move. A treacherous tightrope walk over an endless abyss, and a hall of illusions, where reality itself seemed to unravel. The slasher, undeterred and seemingly omnipresent, continued to haunt our every step. Its mask bore no expression, its motives obscured by the enigmatic carnival atmosphere. We had become pawns in a supernatural game, and the stakes were life and death. In the heart of the Midnight Carnival, beneath the looming silhouette of a demonic big-top tent, we faced our final trial. The slasher, draped in shadows, emerged from the darkness with an unholy glee. The tent's interior twisted and contorted, becoming a surreal arena where the lines between nightmare and reality blurred. The big top became a nightmarish circus ring, and the slasher reveled in the deadly performance. A grotesque figure in a macabre clown costume joined the masked killer, their laughter merging into a symphony of madness. The atmosphere thickened with an otherworldly energy as the final confrontation unfolded. The trial of the big top was a deadly dance, a macabre circus where the slasher and its clown companion toyed with us like puppets. We dodged through ethereal fire hoops, navigated a trapeze act suspended over an abyss, and faced a grotesque carnival of horrors that defied comprehension. Each misstep brought us closer to the clutches of the malevolent duo, and the carnival's dark magic seemed to revel in our torment. Exhausted and battered, we confronted the masked figure and its clown companion in a climactic showdown. The tent's interior warped and twisted, the air pulsating with a malevolent energy that seemed to feed on our fear. The slasher's mask betrayed no emotion, but its intent was clear. It sought to claim us as the final victims of the Midnight Carnival Massacre. A harrowing battle ensued, our group fighting for survival against the relentless onslaught of the masked killer and its twisted companion. The surreal carnival atmosphere became a battlefield where reality and nightmare collided. The masked figure moved with an uncanny grace, its every strike calculated to bring us closer to the brink of demise. One by one, my friends fell to the carnival's horrors. The laughter of the slasher and its clown companion echoed through the big top, a haunting symphony that marked our inexorable descent into the abyss. Despair gripped my heart as I realized the magnitude of our plight. We were not meant to escape the Midnight Carnival unscathed. In a final act of desperation, I discovered a hidden passage beneath the circus ring, a portal that led to an ancient underworld beneath the carnival grounds. The slasher, momentarily confounded by our unexpected escape route, pursued us into the subterranean labyrinth. The air grew thick with a primordial malevolence as we delved into the dark recesses beneath the Midnight Carnival. The underground catacombs revealed a history of unspeakable horrors, the remnants of forgotten carnivals, and the souls claimed by their twisted attractions. The slasher, undeterred by the eerie surroundings, continued its relentless pursuit. It was clear that our only chance of survival lay in uncovering the dark secret that bound the Midnight Carnival and the enigmatic killer. The catacombs became a haunted tapestry, each chamber unveiling a fragment of the carnival's unholy history. We discovered that the Midnight Carnival was a spectral phenomenon that materialized to exact revenge on those who dared to seek its secrets. The masked figure, a harbinger of the carnival's malevolence, was bound to its cursed grounds, eternally tasked with claiming the souls of unsuspecting wanderers. As the masked figure closed in, the catacombs revealed the source of the Midnight Carnival's power, an ancient artifact hidden deep within the underground labyrinth. The artifact, a twisted relic imbued with supernatural energy, fueled the carnival's spectral allure and bound the slasher to its eternal role as the enigmatic executioner. Realization dawned. The only way to break the curse and escape the clutches of the slasher was to destroy the artifact. With each step, the catacombs became more treacherous, the slasher's laughter echoing through the subterranean darkness. The artifact, a pulsating heart of malevolence, awaited us in the heart of the underground labyrinth. A climactic confrontation unfolded in the final chamber, the masked figure emerging from the shadows with a malevolent glee. The artifact pulsed with a dark energy, its power feeding into the supernatural allure of the Midnight Carnival. With each strike against the cursed relic, the slasher fought to protect the source of its eternal torment. In a harrowing battle against the forces of the supernatural, my friends and I fought for our lives and the chance to escape the Midnight Carnival Massacre. The catacombs trembled with the echoes of our struggle, the very fabric of the spectral realm, unraveling with each blow against the artifact. The climactic battle reached its crescendo as the artifact shattered into 1,000 shards, the supernatural energy dissipating like a dissipating storm. The slasher, its masked visage frozen in a final expression of despair, crumpled into the darkness, its role as the carnival's executioner coming to an end. As the catacombs settled into an uneasy stillness, the Midnight Carnival Massacre came to an abrupt halt. The haunting melody that had permeated the carnival grounds faded into silence, and the surreal landscape began to unravel like a fading dream. The moonlit streets reappeared, and the mist that had cloaked the surroundings lifted, revealing the familiar world we thought we had lost. My friends and I emerged from the underground catacombs, battered and haunted by the horrors we had faced. The remnants of the Midnight Carnival lingered as a surreal memory, a testament to the malevolent forces that lurked beyond the veil of ordinary perception. As we stepped back into the moonlit night, we realized that not all of us had made it out alive. The Midnight Carnival Massacre had claimed its victims, leaving a chilling legacy etched into our collective consciousness. The enigmatic slasher, its identity forever obscured by the mask, had been laid to rest, and the spectral allure of the Midnight Carnival had been extinguished. We walked away from the haunting memories, each step heavy with the weight of our harrowing ordeal. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper of the supernatural carnival that had once materialized at midnight. The Midnight Carnival Massacre had left an indelible mark on our souls, a tale to be shared in hushed tones, a cautionary whisper that warned of the spectral realm that existed just beyond the threshold of the ordinary.